The importance of understanding your family is so that you can understand what generational curses that you need to break. You will understand a lot of traits and patterns that you have picked up without even paying attention. You will be able to understand the maturity level of your family, how to pray for them, what boundaries to establish, okay? And the only way that you can do this accurately is to connect with God, because you need to understand what conversations you need to have, how you need to word them, and when you need to be quiet. You need to understand who you need to separate from and who you need to gather with. You cannot just do things on your perception of good, because the true definition of good only comes from God. And so it may seem like a good idea to talk to somebody about their sin or pray with them in person about their sin, but only God knows that they're not receptive to it. And so they might lash out on you, or they might even try to fight you, or just inflicts more trauma onto you. And so you just have to understand what is best. And then it also might seem like somebody who is so hopeless, or who may have been so abusive to you, that you want to give up on them and stay away from them. And God may be calling you to them deeper, because we are called to be a reflection of God, and we're called to constantly forgive. And so to exercise the fruits of the Spirit, which is in the book of Galatians chapter 5 verses 22 and 23, and 1 Corinthians, you can learn about love chapter 13 verses 4 through 8. You need to embody those things to really understand how to handle people, because it's the reason why God says that everyone is not going to do what we want them to do when we want them to do it. They're not called to do that. People are a reflection of their experiences and their understanding, and a lot of people have not had personal relationships with God. They don't understand the power of God. They have not consumed the whole Bible, so they're not living obeying God. And so you have to be the one to do it. The world says that they're sick of being a bigger person, and that's really being a reflection of the devil, to be anything opposite of being the bigger person. And so you have to understand that the majority of your family, the majority of the world was not taught right, that they did not have healthy examples, that they have not healed, that they don't even know how to heal, that they have a lot of unresolved trauma, and that they are a product of their environment and their circumstances, their own understanding and their choices. They are a product of the people who they were raised around. And it's time for you to be a different example. And everything that you break off of you, you're breaking it off of your family. And so this is why it's so important too, because God will also mature you so that you can describe your family better. Because so many people have so much unlikely things to say about their family just because their family isn't a certain type of mature or a certain type of established. But this again is from a worldly understanding and demonic perspective.